Hi, and welcome to Closet Conversations. This is episode 3 with me, Gianna Fakuri. Now, please, if you've been watching so far, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, turn on the bell, all those good things. I'm going to get the hang of that part. But yeah, and let me know why you liked it, why you didn't, if you didn't. But this is episode 3, and it's part 2 of my closet tour that I told you I would be doing as a vlog sort of thing. So I'm not sitting with the ring light yet again, but I do have a story for you, and I have a closet find, and I'm really excited. So let's get into it, right? So let me down. Okay, so here we are in the other half of my closet. So originally, this was supposed to end up being a mirror image of the other side, but it didn't work out that way because there's other things that I would like to do. Specifically with these hanging racks, they were from Roberto Cavalli as well. Like I showed you the chair the last time. And there's 2 of the chairs. Remember, there's one that is the chair, and then there's these racks. They all have a shelf on top, like a glass shelf, that will be used to display things. Right now, what's going on is I have books that go with fashion and different things. I can show you self-help, all sorts of things. What's this one? The Little Book of Mindfulness. Yeah, I like things like that. I think this one is of manners. The Little Book of Bad Taste. Ooh. Right, so little kitschy novelty items. I'm a book person, so that's in here. There's going to be shelves that highlight, like, little clusters of books here and there. And there'll be artwork. They're here right now, but they'll be on the wall. And up there we have a shelf as well. That's hats. I'm probably gonna put the head up there with the hats on it and some sort of a display around, because remember that I'm doing this a very shoppable closet. So these are the short racks, so short clothes go there. And then on that side are the long racks. So long clothes go there, yay! In the corner over there under the plastic, that white thing is my wedding dress. So up on these shelves, this one would have my travel bags, but I'm traveling tomorrow, so my travel bags have made it to the chair. And then there's a dehumidifier because I live where it's very cold and damp. And so I have to have that to protect my stuff from mold and all those good things. I'm going to find a way to make that cord hang behind. But the thing is that this dehumidifier, I'll link it down below. It's very good, by the way. But you have to empty it regularly, so we end up messing with it a lot. But I'm going to find a way to hide that cord because that bothers me. And then we have a ladder there for reaching, the other side of the closet, the big shelves, right? So Dada has not come back yet. I did make progress, though. His assistant tried to give me this weekend, but of course I'm traveling, so it doesn't work out yet again. And then on this side, remember I said I wanted it to be like a mirror image because there's another display case over here, but that's not going to work out. But we're still going to do shelving on the walls and art and all that stuff. So here we just have a bag in its dust bag and one of these Rasta Towns. I tell you, I have all the weirdest things. These will be on the shelves over there eventually. And it's just various things that I've been finding. This is the Phoenician people. Do you know anything about the Phoenician people? The Phoenician people invented the alphabet, and they are the, I guess, ancestors of the Lebanese people. And if you know, my last name is Fakuri. It's a Lebanese name. So this is the man. There's a girl with like a wrapped head somewhere. I have a few of them around because we're very big on the Phoenician people. We believe they're the most brilliant people ever to have walked the earth. You know, we're just like that. And then I'll just give you a sneak peek of how I merchandised this one, because, you know, that's my thing. So I can go through and show you. You see, it's going to turn out really gorgeous when I'm done with everything, but for right now, it's giving me hell. So that's a Louis Vuitton frog. I forget the name of this collection. It's quite a few years old, like quite a few. So that's a little bag. And then a few years later, when I bought the bag, I had never seen the scarf. A few years later, I saw it for sale on eBay, I think it was. And look at the detail in the scarf. It's the same frog as the bag. Crazy. So I went ahead and I got it. And then I thrifted this belt. Isn't it a cool belt? But I use it as a necklace. But yeah, it has frog with the gemstone eyes. 2 frogs. I use it as a necklace though, because it's a stretch belt and I think it stretches too much on me. So yeah, I think I got it at the Jewish thrift in Miami. I think it closed down now though. And then this one is our money exchange. It's a card case with a money clip, I believe. Yes. I think my husband bought me that one time when we were shopping. He likes that store and I like green. This is the Josephine wallet by Louis. And at the time they did like the colored buttons, but the buttons all had this little issue with it. So you either got it fixed or you didn't. I think if you get it fixed now, they just substitute it for a gold button, but I like the green, so I'm leaving it not so hot looking. And it has my initial and it's green inside, right? Then some earrings. The frog case, coin purse is by Bottega Veneta. I bought it in the outlet in Italy when I lived there doing my master's. The Chanel cast case. This is the prettiest green they've ever come out with. Fight me if you want to. So gorgeous. And then these, you know, I actually got these in Ocherias. Oh goodness, I'm going to tell you the store name, but I love them. Love them. Judith Lieber. So awesome. It's a bag. And Coach, I'm into micro bags. I don't know if you've noticed that yet, but you will. I'm into micro bags. So this is like the size of my hand, but you know. And then there's this green one too. It's smaller than my hand. Also Coach. This is an Hermes tote. Like it zips around and the whole silky tote comes out of it. I'll show you one day. It's too much to undo right now. And then this necklace is by Roberto Cavalli. This bag is Alexander McQueen. Actually, this bag is very special because it's fashion history, basically. It was the last collection Alexander was working on personally before he died. And when he died, they stopped production on it. So when they stopped production, it was only the 26 pieces that were already made that made it out to market. And I have one. Thank you very much. It's called the Python de Manta Clutch. And then this is a panda. This was never released in the US. It was released in Japan. It's fun because it has the panda front on the front. It's by Murakami. Looks like it's getting a little spotted. But it's Murakami, Takashi Murakami. He did a collab with Marc Jacobs for Louis Vuitton back in, I don't know when, long time ago. And on the back is the back side of the panda. So it's like front and back. But it's very, very, very old, as you can probably tell. But I love it. Okay, so that's my green drawer. And there's a red one too, but you know, That's a lot to go through. So what I wanted to talk to you about was I saw these while unpacking. And it's from my trip in 2018 to Egypt, right? And I've been seeing lots of people posting on Egypt right now. And I'd like to think I started the trend. So it's the Sphinx and the camel. The camel is significant for my people. Significant. Carries all the goods, right? And the pyramid, right? And then this. This is what I wanted to talk to you about actually as a closet find. If you take a look, will it focus? Hold on, let me see. There we go. So if you look closely, this is a miniature version of King Tut's chair. So this would have been the throne and everything, and it has the, let me give you, right? So the big version is in like the Museum of Cairo or something like that. But there's lots of detail, right? But this is a miniature version. Why this matters so much to me to show you. When we went to Egypt, it's really hot. First of all, it was like 108 degrees that day. And we went through all these tombs and this and that. And they said nobody can go into King Tut's tomb. But, you know, everywhere in the world has Bandulu, right? So some guys came up to us and they asked if we wanted to go into King Tut's tomb. So I couldn't go because I was so tired at this point and it was so hot and I was just not climbing down to go back into anything. And I was not, but I was like, Johnny, you should go and you should take pictures. So they said, all you have to do is pay us a tip. So of course, well, the thing is they didn't specify how much tip they wanted. And tipping is discretionary, right? But I don't tend to walk with a lot of cash when I go to anywhere, even home. I don't ever have a lot of cash because it's not necessary and it's dangerous and all those things. So anyway, we had some cash though, because you have to have cash. And Johnny goes down there. He goes all through the tomb. He takes pictures after pictures after pictures. First of all, a lot of these tombs you can't even take pictures in. But he went in there. You're not supposed to take pictures. You're not even supposed to go in there. Like it's King Tut's tomb. And I mean, if you hear him tell the story, because he comes out, he emerges and he comes to me laughing. And I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, the man vexed. And I said, why? And he said, well, whatever you gave me is only worth like less than $10 US. And I was like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, I told him that's all I have. And I was like, well, that is all I have. And he was like, yeah, but he was like, it's King Tut. King Tut. Oh, dare you, King Tut. But Johnny had already seen and taken pictures and done everything already at that point. So they couldn't do anything about it. And I think it was just fantastic because I was able to see, remember I'm a history buff, so I was able to see everything. I didn't have to go down there and I didn't have to argue with the guy over money. So it was great for me. So that's the significance of King Tut's chair. Now, there's one closet find that I want to talk to you about. And I want to talk to you on purpose about it because I'm traveling tomorrow. And it's one of my travel bags. Let me get it looking good for you. Hold on. Sorry about all this. But yeah. So it's a duffel bag. It's by Louis Vuitton. It's called a Keepall. It's a Keepall 55, which if you know anything about their Keepalls, the 55 is the largest Keepall that can be taken on the cabin as cabin baggage. So it's 55 centimeters in length. So it's exactly the size to fit long way in the overhead compartment. So it was specifically designed for this, right? The Keepall. And the Keepall predates like the Speedy. The Speedy was actually made inspired by the keep-all, but it's for travel for sure. And it comes in different sizes. I think it starts at a 45 and goes up to a 60. 55 is the largest that you can put in the overhead bit. Anyhow, this particular one is a collaboration between Yayoi Kusama and I'm going to say Marc Jacobs as well. Marc Jacobs was still there, I think, in 2012 when this came out. Now, it's one of my favorite bags. It has gotten loads of use since then, and it has increased in value because of demand, because of the collaboration, the artist, everything like that. But Yayoi Kusama has done now a new collaboration this year with Louis Vuitton, and it's getting a lot of bad reviews. I'm mixed on it because there are some really nice pieces, and there are some pieces that look like a kindergartner did it as an art project, and that's just what it is. We're just saying what it is. But what's absolutely appalling to me is the people who are making the comments online, like when they see her products, these products, they're complaining about the designer, they're complaining about the collaboration, they're saying that Louis Vuitton doesn't know what they're doing, and they're what is happening in the comments is that you can sense the ignorance because they don't know who Yayoi Kusama is. She is an artist who suffers from mental illness. She actually lives in a facility for treatment of her mental illness. And her mental illness is that she hallucinates in dots. She sees dots everywhere, right? So she turned the dots into art. And she's been doing this since before I was born. I'm no spring chicken, but we're going to pretend like I am. So she's been doing this probably since the 60s. Probably since my parents were born. She does installations. She does infinity rooms. Her infinity rooms are phenomenal. I suggest that you go check them out whenever you can. They end up as installations in many different museums around the world, especially contemporary art museums. The Rue Bell Museum in Miami, I know for a fact, they had 2 Yayoi infinity rooms that were available as an add-on at least up to December last year. So they're probably still going because I haven't seen anything about them closing. They also have what seems to be a permanent exhibit in the front. It's called Narcissus Garden. And she has her balls as dots instead. So they're actual 3D dots, so to speak. And you walk through that like a garden. So, and they're mirrored. So if you end up seeing your reflection in it, you see it like 100 times as if it's infinity. So, and remember, she's dreaming of these dots and hallucinating these dots. She's seeing it like infinity. So basically, she's inviting us into her mind in order to see it. So when people say, oh, she doesn't know about art, what is this? I'm just taken aback because they don't know about art, they have no idea what is happening and what is actually being communicated through her work. And it's incredible wherever you see it, especially on a bag, especially in the installations that she does, especially in the ad campaign that Louis Vuitton is running right now. It's absolutely brilliant, first of all, because they've taken supermodels from different eras. So there's Giselle Bundchen, there's Christy Turlington, there is Bella Hadid, there is, I think her name is Fifi. She's Asian, but they come from their different territories and their different eras, and they were the best of their era. And it's so brilliant in how they've presented it. I think Christy Turlington's has like a levitating ball. So it's a dot basically that's levitating right in front of her. And it's just while others levitate around her. It's I think it is such a brilliant campaign. And yes, as I say, not all of the bags have actually resonated with me. I'm sure the price will absolutely be something that is not attractive to me. But to diss the artist, to diss Louis Vuitton for doing something that is not the norm, it just speaks to this whole what do you call uniformity, cookie cutter. Like, it's also why trap music is like so popular, I suppose. Like, they're not embracing all of the different ways in which you can appreciate art, especially from a historical value, or from a historical standpoint rather, and finding the value in how it actually relates to today, how it relates to any message being sent. This collection was wildly popular, and I remember all the stores being dots at the time, and mine is called the Pumpkin because she works a lot with pumpkins, and it fetches such a fantastic price on the resale market that that I couldn't even dissuade someone from purchasing any of her things. And I mean, we're talking about, if she's been working since the 60s, first of all, she's about 92 years old right now. I mean, literally, she's still working at 92 years old. How many people are still doing that? And she still has so much in her. This collection is actually so much bigger than the last collection. And when I say so much bigger, I mean so many different. She went into men's, she went into accessories. The perfume bottle is done with her. Like, she went ham. And so there is something to find that you will like if it is. I'm not even promoting the collection. I'm just saying that if you are an art lover, there is something that you will find, and it is going to be highly collectible. I can guarantee you that. And it is something that, you're not going to be able to always get your hands on it, one, because it's a limited edition. But the other thing is that she doesn't have much time. I mean, I'm not God, but she's 92, for goodness sakes. Like, I mean, if think about your kids, like your kids will have something amazing, by her, and they should outlive her. You know what I mean? So, I think the flack on social media is just really unfortunate, especially like when I think of like a local artist who came under similar flack, like Christopher Gonzalez, when they didn't like the Bob Marley statue that he did, and it was just a serious, like, he never recovered from it. And what I'm saying is, she already suffers from mental illness. This is her therapy. This is her dealing with it. This is her inviting us into her world. This is her creating beauty out of something that is not the best circumstance. We can all learn something from that. And I just think we don't knock people for doing what they do. But yeah, so that's my rant. And here is my bag that I need to get packing right now. And let me see if you can see. It just won't shake out. Hold on. Let me see if I can push it out. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, yeah, there it is. There it is. Very nice, right? And so I'm going to thank you very much for having a closet conversation with me. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, turn on the bell. And I'm going to update you on data for when I get the new date, because obviously I can't make this date because I'm going to be traveling. But thanks so much for joining, and see you next time.